Okay, guys, welcome in. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Let's do this live thing today on a lovely Saturday morning. Coming to you live from sunny Colorado. Not so sunny today. I hope it's sunny where you guys are. We've got our friends all over that have been tuning in. Not a lot, but we're getting there. We're growing the uh, community base here on the channel. Let's jump in quickly into some. It's so silly that we all do this every day, I think, which is fine. It's not silly. I'm so critical. What I mean is, we kind of zoom out a little more here on the channel. None of what we do is for financial advice. It is simply for educational and entertainment purposes only. We're only ever, hey, let me silence my phone. Sorry, guys. We are only ever here to give you advice on not taking advice. We are not here for any advice at all, except to say don't take anybody's advice. What you do is you do your own research. That's what you do. That's what we do. That's what everybody on the planet should do. With anything, whether it's finance or what you're being told about, what happened with the history of the planet, right? You've got to do your own research. It's only for educational and entertainment purposes, only what we do on the channel. That's it. What you do with your money, your finances is completely your business, so that legally we protect ourselves because that's how we operate. We do nothing with your finances. What you're doing with your finances is completely up to you. We're not giving you any advice on that at all. That's entirely your business. We could give, we don't really care actually what you do with your money. It's your business. We don't care. Why would we? We care what we do with our money. So, I want you all to do well, right? Come on, All right, let's get into, with that all said, Bitcoin. Oh, climbing. She's at 108 just a little while ago, 109.170 for a Bitcoin. You got XRP staying pretty level today, $2.35. Let's take a look. I love XRP's chart. Okay. Let us check out Doge, 22 cents, and you got Cardano at 76 cents. I'm going to run through some more. Stellar, 28 cents, just to show prices, where they are now and where they're going to be coming up very shortly. 19 cents for Hedera hash graph. We'll jump back to that in a second. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Internet computer, $5.30. Ondo Finance, 96 cents. VeChain, 0.028 cents. This is for educational purposes only. This is not for financial advice, right? Let's jump on VeChain. So VeChain, let's take a look. All-time high on VeChain, right here, 27 cents, basically. Back in April 2021. Okay. 27 cents. Now, let's look at VeChain at 2 cents. All right, let's take that 27 cents, though, and do about a 3x, right? Next bull run, about a 3x, maybe 2x past the all-time high. Let's say, I don't know, who knows? We absolutely could go through a full fib sequence on VeChain, I think. That's our opinion on the channel. It's not financial advice. All right, so times a 3x, that's 81 cents. 81 cents. So a grand put into VeChain now, put into a 34,000 VeChain, 35,714 VeChain times 81 cents, $28,928 for putting in a grand. ish, because you got your fee for your exchange and everything when you purchase it. You're on an off ramp. You're off ramp too. So, but you use Caleb and Brown like smart people do, and now you're only paying that one time fee, which is crazy. Caleb's awesome. Highly recommend Caleb and Brown. Always, always, always. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at 20, almost 29 grand. That's not financial advice. That is an educational exercise to show what happens when a coin is purchased at a certain time, held on to, and sold at another time. I don't care what you do with your money. I really kind of don't care what you do with your money. I'm not trying to be mean either. I really don't. It's none of my freaking business what you do. Again, I want everyone to do well. So I guess I do care. I'm so rough. All right, so the deal with Mr. I think we're done with markets. I really don't like doing that. We zoom out, so we don't really care like day to day what's happening so much. All right, let's get into some news today. U.S. stable bill coin bill gets updated ahead of Senate banking group vote. Republican-led Genius Act saw a raft of changes after a raft of changes. Nice writing. I'm so critical. Discussions. And the Senate Banking Committee will vote on the stablecoin bill on March 13th. Well, good. U.S. Senate Banking Committee is set to vote on Republican-led stable framework bill. I love how these... Anyway, so funny. It's like, is it to fill space? They repeat the same thing like a freaking 12 times in all these articles, whether it's CoinMarket, whoever does it. I laugh. So funny. All right, so GOP Senator Bill Hagerty, one of the bill's co-sponsors, said on March 10th that he introduced an update of the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for Stablecoins Genius Act, which would go to a banking committee vote on March 13th. March 13th? What's this freaking article? My bad. Hilarious. Are you guys freaking serious with this shit? I'm thinking I've got current news. Okay, here we got a current one. How freaking stupid. Sorry, guys. And I'm not even embarrassed because it's not me. It's those jackasses. Warren, I was pulling up for current crypto news, and I've got a whole bunch of articles that pulled up. But that one it pulled up was like from a fucking month ago. Anyway, Senator Warren, our favorite Senator Warren. Oh boy, we love this lady. This is someone's like, I don't know, mom and grandma, right? So we're going to be nice. Warren warns against stablecoin bill ahead of floor vote. Okay, Senator Warren. Democrat from Massachusetts, Miss Senator Elizabeth Warren, is urging her colleagues to vote down updated stablecoin legislation. Why would you do that? Why would you want them to vote it down? There needs to be another side, right? It just can't be, everything, just go through it. No, there has to be an antithesis. Senator Warren represents the other side that has to exist to have the friction. You don't have the friction, you can't even exist on Earth, right? If you don't have you need a gradient. She represents the gradient. In scientific talk, arguing it fails to sufficiently address concerns related to President Trump's crypto ties and leaves financial markets and consumers vulnerable. If you do this, better not do that. You're going to leave. Wait. If you do this, you're going to leave financial markets and consumers very vulnerable if you go forward with this stable coin. Really? How? Senator Warren, what is a stablecoin and how does it operate? Genius Act would... Enough of that crap. I'm sick of that article. Sorry. How dumb. No. I didn't even get to the point of the article because I just can't do it anymore. There's certain things we want to just stay away from, You want to go to the light, not the the dark, right? We don't want to revel in the dark. We want to revel in the light. Political. Oh, let's check the date on this. Really, and it's true. My bad. I'm not embarrassed, but my bad on that first article. May 20th. New enough. Political Insider calls XRP a scam. Ripple CEO meeting with Senator Lummis canceled. Here comes another one in the world. Senator Lummis. You Bitcoin-loving Senator Lummis. Ripple faces backlash as Senator Lummis' son-in-law calls XRP a scam, deepening political skepticism toward the token. Ooh, stay away from that XRP token. Drive the price down while we back the truck up and load the crap out of it while we bash it in mainstream. Ever the game. Canceling meeting between Senator Lummis and Ripple CEO sparks speculation of political tensions and bias against XRP in DC circles. Tensions are rising in the crypto world as Ripple finds itself under renewed fire from some unexpected quarters. This time from deep within U.S. political circles. Will Cole, the son-in-law of Senator Cynthia Lummis, recently reignited controversy by openly slamming XRP and its parent company, Ripple. For what? Slamming it for what? Because it's better than you and anything you have or invested? Calling it, and yes, so that the price can be driven down so you can buy the shit out of it and then later, jump for joy on the yacht. Calling the project a centralized joke of a scam. Oh, why is it a centralized joke of a scam, given that all the tech that it has? If you knew one iota about Ripple XRP, why would you ever call it a centralized joke of a scam if you're well learned with these projects and things and you're up to date and you're up to speed with their tech stacks, their partnerships, all their fundamentals and everything, and just take a look at the TA, take a look at their charts and what they've been doing. So what are you talking about? Are you a well-educated person in the world? I think you are. That leads us to option 2. You're doing on purpose. Cole, who has been vocal in the past, doubled down on the criticism by claiming Ripple's security fraud troubles are only the tip of the iceberg. He also took direct aim at the company's leadership, accusing Ripple's founders of being excessively greedy and dishonest about their connection to the XRP token. They're just making gobs of money on this behind everybody's back, and they're open about exactly what they own. They're totally disclosed everything. Okay. Wow. Why Senator Lummis might be avoiding Ripple. Crypto lawyer, who wrote this one? Let's see, who do we got here? All these articles are written by, I think these are Indian names, I'm pretty sure. Nidhi, Kolhapur. Yeah, interesting. We notice things. Yeah, these articles are all written by folks from India. It's interesting. Who knows what that means? It's just interesting. Isn't it cheaper to have folks from India create, unless they're folks from India who now are here and they're just working here in the U.S.? Because that's an assumption I'm making. I don't know. But it's not an assumption I'm making that almost all these articles, here, awesome. Oh, cool. Okay, well, good for you. All right, good for you, Nidhi. Good for you, Nidhi. Good for you. You probably live in freaking Manhattan in a high-rise. And I totally got that wrong. So hilarious. Why Senator Lummis? Okay, so crypto lawyer Bill Morgan weighed in and said that if Senator Lummis shares even a fraction of her son-in-law's views, it could explain her recent avoidance of Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. That makes sense. Recently, Brad Garlinghouse had planned to meet Senator Lummis, right? But she said no. Now you can't come because she's the head of the Senate Digital Assets subcommittee, right? She said no. Brad's like, well, why? And then some of the crypto community are calling out for favoring Bitcoin. Oh, interesting. Think that could be true? Bitcoiners slam XRP as fake token, targeting retail investors. Adding to the debate, Pierre Rochard, CEO of Catholic Bitcoin. Catholic Bitcoin? I'm staying away from that one. There's a number of things. That's like a sticky spider web. Wow, interesting connection of two words. Catholic Bitcoin took a shot. took a shot at Garlinghouse, saying that he ruined his reputation by backing CBDCs and attacking Bitcoin. He called his comments childish and said that the crypto space needs more serious leaders. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Also, Cole has recently reshared some strong critiques of XRP from this dude, Rochard, highlighting that holding XRP could be a major mistake. Holding XRP could be a major mistake. I don't know if that's financial advice or not from this guy. He believes that XRP isn't a serious asset for institutions and even calls it a fake token targeting retail investors. Why are they signed with over 300 banks and have, I think, like 1,700 NDAs that they can't talk about? So many more in the woodwork, hiding in the woodwork. People always say in the woodworks. I don't know if it's a lot of woodwork, multiple, plural woodwork. I think it's woodwork. Out of the woodwork. And yeah, it's interesting. Why would you say that, dude? He believes that XRP isn't a serious asset for institutions and even calls it a fake token, in his words, targeting retail investors. Some things people say confuse the living crap out of me. All right, we're done with that crap. Okay, interesting article. Let's go ahead and hit on some more news. Let's just make sure that we are not... we're live. Excuse me. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. The lovely wife brings me my sustenance. Thank you so much, my dear. Just wondering what that ringing was. It's not saying when this article came out, and I don't want to read something from. We'll know how old it is. Let's see. See if it claims. Yeah, this is recent enough. Who cares? Okay, right. I want to hear what Brad's saying back to her. Here, how about this? Oh, Ripple's CEO slams Senator Lummis after canceled talks. $5 billion circle bid looms. Oh, okay. This is a good one. I like. May 19th. Okay, cool. All right, cool. And this gentleman being, I'm going to say, an Asian gentleman, I do believe, breaking the mold here from the Indian authors. Hello, sir. Thank you for writing this article for us. Hongai Feng, thank you. As Ripple pressures lawmakers and... here, sorry, guys. Let me just get back and make sure that... I man the chat and respond to chat. Oh, thank you, Luke, in our chat. Thank you. You mean to make sure you protect yourself from all those lies? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Marnie. That's very funny. I have visions of dropping my drink all over this equipment one day because I'm such a klutz. I can see it. Thank you in the chat. And how about I go to top chat, live chat. All chats are visible. Cool. Okay, cool. Let's get her back. Thank you for participating in the chat, guys, very much. Let's get back to more of this news, though, because this is interesting. So as Ripple pressures lawmakers and courts potential acquisition targets, the intersection of policy influence and corporate strategy is becoming central to the future of stablecoins. Garlinghouse's criticism of Lummis comes as Ripple attempts to expand its influence in Washington D.C. as it would while pursuing a $4 to $5 billion bid to acquire USDC issuer Circle. Now, this thing with Circle, our opinion, we give opinions on the channel. We'll read some of this stuff. I always say, we're not getting any research, of course, from news articles. If we get some facts thrown into the news article that absolutely is a fact that can be verified, we'll go with that and include that in our research. Otherwise, none of this stuff, these articles. This is the reason why is because this fine individual here, took what they saw as the facts, I believe, and digested that and then came out with this article, which is great. So that's this person's take. We're not going to use that for our research. Nobody, in my opinion, should be using any news articles for their research. That's our opinion on the channel, not financial advice. It is not research advice. It is educational content. So yeah, we got to be careful, right? How we research. You always want to do your own research. You always want to validate, verify, back up the facts that you believe you're finding. You think you're finding facts, sometimes they're not, right? So we got to verify. Even AI gets it wrong. AI will even tell you sometimes we get it wrong. You got to check us, right? It says it right there on the Gemini, at least that AI. So a lot of rambling. Sorry. I'm a rambler. I got to be a little more focused. Got to be a focuser, not a rambler. Circle rejected Ripple's offer and is still in talks with both Ripple and Coinbase while targeting a $5 billion IPO valuation. I don't know. How much is Circle worth? Who knows? My opinion is it's worth more than the 5. I think everybody knows that. Let me just make sure that I'm going to figure out, of course, moving forward. And my last thing to figure out is how to make sure that I am manning the chat while continuing my yapping. All right, Coinbase finally, here's the third key takeaway according to this individual. Coinbase is viewed as a stronger suitor due to its equity because it's basically Coinbase and Ripple going for Circle here, trying to buy USDC Circle, which puts out USDC. And by the way, XRP printed, I think it was like 70% of USDC at a point in time. Brad was telling us in an interview not too long ago. A third takeaway here, this person is saying Coinbase is viewed as a stronger suitor due to its equity stake in Circle and control over key aspects of the USDC infrastructure. I'm not going with that. I don't agree with you at all. See what I mean about that? No, I don't think so at all. Coinbase is Coinbase, and we love you, Coinbase, and you're awesome, and we know this is all about money making, but it's not the short-term money making because people be like, no, wait a minute. If you they go with Coinbase and Coinbase acquires, then look at all the money that they stand to gain with that connection with Coinbase. Moving forward, the deal they can strike and boom, boom. Okay, gotcha, and I get that, and it is huge. But look at the money that they stand to gain connecting with Ripple and cross-border payments. And this guy, Cole, it's like, Cole, whatever, dude. Whatever, Will Cole. How much XRP you own, Will Cole? About 9 trillion. Not that much exists, but come on, dude, right? Like, we know you're bashing because you're owning the crap out of it. That's our guess on the channel. Please don't think Will Cole does not own XRP. This is ever the game. So the question is if you got to those levels and heights like these individuals, would you play those games? Would I? Don't know until you're there what decisions you'd make. We want to believe that we, of course, would not do this kind of stuff and play it as more of a, let's call it a straight shooter, having power and influence in the public eye, more of a straight shooter. We would hope. We would hope. Garlinghouse invites Lummis to re-engage on public crypto dialogue. That's freaking pretty cool. Interesting. Now we're getting juicy. Lummis, who chairs the U.S. The Senate Digital Asset Subcommittee, as we know, and represents Wyoming, which we thought was like so crypto friendly and like so like the real deal, like Wyoming. Here in Colorado, of course, we know we love Wyoming. I mean, come on, like really, like what? I'm not, boy. I get complainy. I don't. This is clearly a game. Everything is a game, because that just makes no damn sense. She's from Wyoming, and I mean, come on. Was singled out for her absence. Okay, she was singled out for her absence. Garlinghouse said he hoped she would reconsider, of course, in describing her as a key figure in one of the most crypto-friendly states, which is right. That's it. So in the post, Garlinghouse extended an open invitation to speak with Lummis publicly. How cool. And how nice extending that branch and being like, hey, that owl branch. Either through a live streamed X space or in person at upcoming industry events, because these two bump into each other all the time. This is what's so weird about this thing with Lummis and stuff and this connection. He linked it because it's just got to be so weird. You just bump into him next time and like don't want to see him at the grocery store. Duck down the aisle. It's got to be such a weird way to live. Like, wouldn't you want to be in truth and in honesty and just feel strong about your existence and your soul and who you are as a being and how you operate and act in this world, in this shell of a human body? I don't get it. Anyway, he linked the discussion to broader efforts by the Trump administration to position the U.S. as a leader in crypto. Oh, I will continue to do everything possible to support the goal, he wrote. Yep. Yep, that's where we are with this whole thing. Garlinghouse, let's see, May 9th, 2025. Stablecoins, I just had an itch. It looked like I picked mine up, but I didn't. Stablecoins are exploding globally and for their real world applications, says Brad. The sheer amount of recent announcements across crypto, fintech, and traditional finance or TradFi should indicate as such. Yeah, I would think so. I agree. The sooner that the U.S. can pass workable, clear rules, the faster it reaps the benefits of. On and on. And that's Brad back May 9th, 2025. Okay, so, yeah, we know that bid was too low for Circle. So Circle say no. Just fine. There we go. Ripple. Here, let's see. What's the date on this puppy? I don't know. Yeah, Ripple CEO slams this lady here. That is Cynthia Lummis. That face. That's Brad. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has raised concerns after a scheduled meeting. We're going to go with this again. Canceled the offer. Okay, well, trip to Washington, D.C. Let's see if we can find something new, glean something new out of this article. I hope you can consider. Yep. And she said, no, sorry. Cynthia Lummis. I'm not doing that. So, anyway. Oh boy, people. What happened over at the old Trumpy dinner? Let's take a look. Trump's crypto dinner. He hosted an exclusive meme coin dinner at his Virginia golf club recently here the other night. Big players showed up. Justin's son. Okay, Justin's son. Ex-NBA star Lamar Odom. Who cares? And hundreds of top token holders. Who cares? Sorry, but who cares? How dumb. Media is losing its mind, calling it unethical. That's interesting, but here I care about that. That's fun. But here's the real takeaway. Trump's planting a flag. He's making crypto part of his political identity. He certainly is, isn't he? He's making it clear in no uncertain terms that crypto, United States will be the crypto capital of the world. He's going to make sure of that over the next few and a half years or so he has left. XRP to $27. I don't know. Analyst Ed Greg Crypto's sticking to his bold XRP price prediction. This guy's great. I think it's a guy. EGRAG crypto. Everybody asks, what are you saying? Agrad? EGRAG crypto. Check him out. Awesome. Great chart analyst. He's sticking to his bold price price target of $27 for XRP. He's using fib models, of course, and supply dynamics and Ripple's adoption roadmap to get to this number, and I agree fully. I don't have his chart experience. I do learn from Ed Greg, which is awesome. Our chart experience on the channel is pretty meager, RTA experience, but we're getting there. We're learning every day, and he's using also. I'm sorry. Yeah. Supply dynamics, fib models. Yeah. That dude knows what he's talking about. Check out Ed Greg Crypto. Now, also, $600 million in liquidations hit the market just recently here this week. Saw 600 mil in crypto liquidations, mostly longs, triggered by Trump's tariff comments, and the market panics, and the market hates uncertainty, and it's just all how it's always going to go. Altcoins drop. We saw a little bit of a pump, though, this week, too. We know that the other day. But here's the pattern. These shakeouts always rebalance the weak hands, The strong hands staying in, you're gonna reap the benefits. Not financial advice in this channel ever. Bitcoin ETF inflows. So we did an episode on the channel on futures versus spot ETFs. The spot ETFs is when you actually hold the ETF, and the futures ETF is basically kind of like a coupon for a future price of that ETF, and then you redeem it at that time. Get that? But there's a one-time ETF. We've had the two-time for XRP here, but now we've got the one-time ETF. Just happened the other day. So that's what that's about. That's not what that's about, but that's an important point to bring up. Bitcoin inflows, not too shabby. Massive whale buy. Bitcoin ETFs brought in over 150 million in new inflows. A whale just dropped 24 mil into Bitcoin. Good for him, man. Hey, Bitcoin, rise all the boats. You're the beta test. Do it. You're clunky and slow, but you're the beta test. Ethereum, we're not going to get into you. Apparently, Ethereum's got some upgrades going to make it scale a lot better, I guess. I think I may have to give Ethereum its credit. I still don't think it's going to be the Sherpa that carries crypto up to blockchain mountain, though. Institutions are clearly still buying the dip, of course, on Bitcoin, obviously. Genius Act, it faces some political heat here. The Genius Act passes U.S. Senate, but it's getting flamed in the House, I guess. I don't know. What does that really mean? I mean, I believe it. Okay, media is spinning Trump's crypto ties into controversy. Yeah, I get that. Of course they would. Look at President Trump's making money. He's in the crypto game. His sons are into crypto. Boy, I'm a slouchy guy today. My lower back's hurt me. Sorry. These guys are making money, and they're into the future, and the banking system is nudging them out. I don't know, because of that or whatever, but that's also been made public too. And they've made that clear that, hey, okay, banking system, fine. We'll switch over to the old crypto thing. That's fine with us. And that's what they're doing. Mr. President Donald Trump and his sons, totally into crypto and know about crypto and are aware of the future and are intelligent human beings and what I believe are fair human beings. We just want fairness here, right? Not just, we want other things too. We do simply want fairness. We want a fair, level playing field. That's what would be great. Those of us talking from the crypto world, that'd be fantastic. Instead of, it's for nefarious money, when cash is what still is king for doing nefarious dealings in the world. Come on. And other points to make about that, similar points. But anyway, media is spinning it as a controversy that Trump's into crypto and that he's putting his coin out. And the act would regulate stablecoins like Ripple's, concerning the Genius Act. The act would regulate stablecoins like Ripple's RLUSD, enforce one-to-one reserves, which means purchasing U.S. treasuries, all helping keep up the U.S. dollar. I mean, come on, this is a good thing. And streamline licensing. So if passed, this could fast-track U.S. crypto legitimacy, XRP included. So we'll see how all that shakes out. We're coming up on that finalizing. I don't know how long that takes. I have to find out about that. We should probably do an episode on that. So let's wrap the live stream. I would love to stay on with you guys today here, give you more crypto info. Yeah, let's leave it at that today. And you guys, I love you for stopping in. I love you for watching the videos, and I love you for supporting. I love you most of all for taking your personal power into your own hands. Again, you know what we say on the channel. We're not saying financial advisors are bad or anything like that. I mean, these are fantastic people performing jobs. Some people need a financial advisor. I get that. I get a little rough with this. Sometimes I'm like, stop being lazy, stop making excuses, not having any time. I get it. People want to specialize in what they want to specialize in. What I see, with that said, is finance not one of the most important cornerstones we continuously deal with as a human being on this earth. As soon as we get a paper route at like 12, 13 years old, right? I mean, come on, like it's running like a lot of what we're doing, right? So is health. So health, finance, relationships, spirituality, relationship to something bigger than us. So if money is one of these key cornerstones, would I give it to someone else to manage and handle for me for my life? Or would I take that cornerstone, that keystone by the gonads and rip it apart and own it and know it and dissect it and know it in and out best I can, even if I'm late in the game in life at 54? Aren't I going to do that with my health and manage that? And, why relationships? Why? See, we're going to give the money piece of our life, that finance piece, over to someone else and have them do it instead of us ripping it apart ourselves and knowing it. I'm saying that doesn't make sense for me, and it did not make sense that I did that for the large part of my adult life, knowing that it is a cornerstone that can whip me around like a wet dish rag if I don't know about it by others or just even myself, right? I whip my own self around like a wet dish rag because I did not know finance. And now I don't do that anymore as of about, the past 5 years or so. I don't know what these masters know. I'm learning from them, and I'm learning more and more and more every single day. And also about health, and also about relationships and spirituality and something greater than me. I'm learning about all that every day, and I continue on that journey. These are key cornerstones for me to take hold of and learn about, not to dish to someone else, to go make all the money, give my time in this life, which is what we have is our time, make that money, then give that money to someone else to do instead of you knowing and owning it, or me knowing it and owning it ourselves. I did not make sense for the first part of my life. I believe humans who do this are not really making a lot of sense. Now, some people just don't want to do it, and I get it. I'm not going to be so rough and be so unforgiving. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I get it. It's not everybody's thing. I have a certain propensity for it, and I get that, and not everybody does, and people want to focus on other things. It just doesn't make sense to me that people give that piece away to others to manage for themselves. But anyway, enough of the ranting. I want you to get to know who I am, though, here on the channel and where I come from, where my standards and values are, and why you should watch me moving forward, because I'm authentic as a piece of crap, which is probably a horrible thing for someone to say. But like, I don't get much more. It doesn't get much more authentic. It's me. It's some knucklehead contractor who started to learn finance because I was sick of being whipped around I'm trying to help you guys do that too. Join me on the journey. Crypto info, blockchain made easy with your host, Frank, the Crypto Tank. And no, I'm not a piece of crap. I'm actually a shining star in this universe. As are you. Come along for the ride. We love you. Don't forget to drop the like and subscribe to us. And we're going to do this live stream and see you each day here moving forward. I'll get a schedule worked out and let you know so you can plan on it. It's going to hopefully be like 5 in the morning, Colorado time, Mountain time. All right. Love you guys. Check you.